Hello, and what an exciting day it has been in the realm of Lorcana because a sixth secret rarity has been revealed, Enchanted. And now I know many people in the community, including ourselves, were hoping there would be some kind of like alternate arts or full art cards, extra chase cards to really go for in this set.
Make that pack opening extra spicy.
Yes, and so today they revealed that there are actually 12 enchanted cards in this set. And it was fun the way they did the reveals here because they had an event going where if you were the first one to open one of the enchanted rarities that hadn't been seen before, you could post a picture of it on social media and then you would get invited to an event on Sunday. So we don't know what that special event is, but the 12 people that were the first to post each of the new arts that were found in the packs get to do that event. So it's going to be cool to see what that's about. But anyway, tonight we're going to talk about each of the 12 enchanted rarity cards that were revealed, kind of discuss our opinions on the art, and then which ones we might want to pull the most when we eventually get to open the product, because we weren't able to go to Gen Con, and it looks like a great time. We've enjoyed watching videos that people are putting out from there, so we're trying to experience it that way. But we're very excited for everyone who has had the opportunity to participate.
Yes, and we hope their entire experience is very fun moving forward. I know once you get the product in hand, that's got to be exciting. A couple weeks before everyone else. So and hopefully, I know there's a lot of other events there too, especially for Lorcana. So very exciting to get this game introduced to the public. Some people there might not have been following Lorcana as closely as all of us. So it's really exciting to see that pick up steam. And yeah, we are going to get into this new enchanted rarity. Here is the symbol here. Very nice looking symbol, and you can see it looks like it's got the lore symbol kind of on its side there perhaps, and then a nice blend of different ink colors. And we will start with the first enchanted card. It was fun to watch these trickle out in the day as people found them in their booster packs. So here we go with Amber, kicking it off with Hades, King of Olympus. Now as you can see, he is number 205 out of 204, so it goes beyond that traditional first set numbering. And he is Hades, King of Olympus. And so yes, we have seen the base version comes in the gift set, but here he has a very nice full art version. I think the art looks pretty stellar on this. He's very in your face, reaching out with his hand there. The light is beaming in from above. You can see there's that nice column. It looks very Greek, very fitting with him, and his outfit is pretty cool too there, as he is the King of Olympus, kind of bathed in light instead of down in the dark, dreary underworld that he's, that's his familiar haunt. So
yeah, I think you can tell from this art that he's really enjoying being the King of Olympus. And
oh yeah,
that's just really captured well in his facial expression, and the bright colors here I think are pretty fun. So
yep, so that is that one. And number 2.
Now we have Stitch. This is Carefree Surfer. So this card is usually a legendary card if you don't get the special art here. But this version will be enchanted, and I really like what they did with this piece because, if you look at the text box, kind of faded out behind that, you can see the wave is cresting that he's surfing on. He's really reaching for that sandwich. So he must be hungry, and he's got a fun, really acrobatic pose on top of that surfboard.
Yeah, very cool art, and he is definitely at the top of a very tall wave. So he's having fun, doesn't seem too concerned about it. He's pretty carefree. And yeah, this card seems like it could be very playable, and Stitch is a fan favorite character, and it's cool to see, they're not going to hold back from making legendary rarities also get the enchanted rarity treatment. So
yeah, I love the card draw that this card provides, and so whenever a card's playable and just looks really cool, I think that's all for the better.
Yep. And here
we have Elsa, Spirit of Winter. So this is one of the 2 amethyst ink enchanted cards. I think she's going to be one of the chase cards in the set for
Absolutely.
sure. And so this enchanted version, I think it could potentially be one of the most sought after cards in the first chapter. And I really like this art too because it's kind of a nice snowstorm almost around her with the magic that's swirling. Her hair's kind of caught up in the winds, and she's embracing that spirit of winter.
Yep, and I think just with the fact that normally this is a legendary rarity and it's such a popular fan favorite character and a very playable card at that, I think, before we saw this one, I thought like a foil version of this legendary card would be maybe, one of the most expensive, if not the most expensive cards in the set. We'll have to see how that all plays out. But now that there's this one, this one could definitely take that spot as well. We'll have to see. But very cool.
There's a lot of Frozen fans out there. So if you're a Frozen fan and a collector, I mean, this one's probably going to be hard to obtain. There's probably going to be a lot of interest. But, I'm really curious to see how widespread these Enchanted cards are once a lot of boxes have been opened.
But because when these were announced, they were described as being extremely rare. So I think that's, it sounds like it's very rare, and it'll be interesting to see how many do get pulled when people open packs. And moving right along, we have Mickey Mouse, Wayward Sorcerer. So normally this is found in the starter deck, one of the 3 from the first chapter. And here you have a different imagining of him. And as you can see, there's a lot of that nice amethyst ink maybe kind of trailing out from his staff. And he is, looking kind of to the sky, so we're not quite sure what he's looking at. Maybe there's something to do with the story involved there. But just a nice full art look at this Wayward Sorcerer.
Yeah, I like the way he's lifting his staff. He kind of looks like he's setting out on an adventure, and he's feeling pretty confident about what he's doing. And almost like he's like flying above, the background scene. So
yeah, and I think another cool thing is, if you notice as we go through these, some of them, or quite a few of them, are found in either the starter decks as foil versions, or perhaps like the gift set with Hades. So I think anytime you'd open them in a regular pack, I think it's cool that they made these alternate art forms for some of those too. So it's like an extra exciting way to pull like a different one that you couldn't just obtain by buying a starter deck. So nice to know there.
Here we have Genie on the job. Now, Genie seems to be a very playable card. Just that bounce effect is super nice, and being evasive with 2 lore. So again, I think the playability of this card will make it one that's highly sought after. And Genie always looks big and boisterous and fun, and he's still kind of playing with that guard there in his hand, twirling him around a little bit. So if you're a fan of the Genie or just the Aladdin film in general, I think this could be the card for you.
Yep, and I think it's really cool the way his tail, is kind of snaking around down into the text box area. And yeah, I mean, it looks like a different angle of a view that we get, as compared to the original art for the Genie card. And yeah, he's looking very big and in charge here. Definitely having fun messing around with that card. And here we have the other Emerald card, Mickey Mouse, Artful Rogue. And this is kind of a fun rendering of Mickey. It looks like he's actively being lowered down, ready to cause some sort of mischief here as he's kind of sneaking around in his rogue getup. So
yeah, this one kind of surprised me just because we had earlier in the day we had seen the Amethyst Mickey, so
yep.
I kind of didn't think we'd see another Mickey in the Enchanted collection. However, I do like kind of what they're doing with the art here because he's showing off his rogue tendencies, so it fits with his subtext there. And yeah, so Emerald those are the 2 options for the Enchanted inks. And here is Aladdin. Now, I really enjoyed seeing this one today. I think when I saw the pictures of this like in person, just really like the red, like the different red hues and tones throughout the background image, and also his cape and his pants. There's a lot of red going on. And it's cool because it just shows him in kind of an active pose. He's holding that bread that he gives away to some kids, I think, who are hungry in the film. There's one of those palace towers maybe on the side there.
Love the window in that tower.
And just, again, this is a very playable card. A lot of people love the Aladdin strategy of coming in and kind of stealing some lore. So while you can find Aladdin in one of the starter decks, this version seems very special to me, and I would be very happy to pull this one.
Yeah, I'm super excited when we finally get some cards to make a deck based around this character and this Floodborn version of him. So yeah, this would be super exciting to open in a pack. And here we have Maui, Hero to All, the other Ruby Enchanted Rarity card. And here you can see he's really rushing. It looks like he's rushing straight out of the card at us. So, that's pretty cool, especially because he has that rush keyword. Looks like maybe a volcano is kind of erupting in the background, and he's trying to outrun that. So, this is a very, high action, exciting pose for Maui.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to bowl us over. He's just about to crash into us there. So.
Yep.
But he's reckless and he's got rush, so I think that fits really well.
Yes, very fitting for Maui.
Next up, and I think this is probably my favorite of the 12, but they're all pretty good. So It's hard to say, but I love the style they went with on this one, and we've got Aurora, and she has, some nice magic swirling behind her, some roses in there. I love the castle silhouette on the back left. Looks like there's maybe a forest silhouette on the back right. And, her feet are dangling out from under her dress, and there's just the powers are really swirling around her on the bottom of the card. So I'm just loving all the colors and the style.
Yeah, I think this one's
what they did with this one. Just
really stylized, cool. Almost kind of like an anime vibe to it in a way. So I think that's a really cool art choice, and just love to see this version. She looks, quite a bit different than she does in the regular art version. So it's cool to see the difference there and the style they decided to go with. And the other Sapphire card here is Belle, a legendary card. Strange but special. And I think this art, I really do like this art, the way it seems like a really full picture of her right at home in the library with the books that she so loves and some scrolls. Like maybe she's doing some research for an upcoming invention that she's going to plan, because she seems kind of geared toward inventing in this set, at least one of the Belles. Or just reading like we know she loves to do from the films. And you can see a little hidden Mickey maybe on one of those scrolls, so that's neat too, and another hidden Mickey on one of the books. So
and I wonder if this could maybe be like a library at the Grand Illuminary, because it almost looks like that pillar off to the side might be from there. But either way, this is really fitting with her character. She loves the books. She's very smart, and this card I love it. There's a lot going on, and it really feels like a rich, full image.
Yeah, and this card could definitely feature in like some sort of a ramp deck. Especially late game, if they have 10 ink, you really got to watch out for Belle.
Next up, we have Simba.
Now, this might be my favorite art of these alternate arts. Not sure. I mean, it's definitely in the top 3 for me.
So it looks like a lot of animals from all around the border of the card are kind of watching him, and he is standing in a powerful pose on top of perhaps Pride Rock there, and there's lightning crackling in the background. And it looks like, some rain possibly, so definitely in a storm. But he's the focal point, and I like how he's lit up with the lightning in the back. And it is a very nice image. I think him and Aurora, are both in the same starter deck, and I love what they did with both of those cards.
Absolutely.
This one has more of a realistic looking art style, kind of, compared to Aurora being a little more two-dimensional anime style.
Yeah, and I'm really loving just how full this whole picture is. The way the text box features a lot of animals that you wouldn't be able to see if the art didn't extend all the way down into there. And it is a very epic pose. Simba looks like he's really contemplating something and about ready to, go do some business somewhere. And all the animals are gathered around, ready to follow his lead. So I really love that card. Looks pretty epic. And last but not least, we have another amazing looking artwork here, Tinkerbell Giant Fairy. This one I think really lends itself well to this enchanted rarity, the way you can see, how giant she really is with her legs extending all the way to the bottom of the card. And then it's fun because in this image she's like actually holding the pirate ship and, bringing it up closer to her face and inspecting it as if it, doesn't weigh almost anything at all. So it really captures the scale of how giant this Tinkerbell really is, and I absolutely love it. This is definitely top 3 for me as well out of these arts.
Yeah, it looks like she just freshly picked up the ship, and there's some water kind of pouring through her fingers there off of that ship. And I do love the scale. That's what I think is the coolest about this. I mean, the artist captured it very well in the original card too.
Oh, for sure.
Like
That's
the basic version, you get that same sense of size, but here it's even more blown up, like Tinkerbell's right in your face. And I think the sky in the background too is just very nice, how kind of the swirl of the clouds and the sun is in circular patterns.
And just as another, aside, I think this Tinkerbell card is going to be a really big staple, especially during the first set, if you're playing the steel ink color. So, that just makes it all the cooler that this would be a highly playable card in a deck. So
yeah, it's absolutely a fantastic looking card, and I would also agree this would be probably in my top 3 if I could pull any of these enchanteds. It'd be right up there.
Yeah, I would be excited to pull any of these, honestly. They're all really cool looking, and really just appreciate, again, every new card we get to see is a new artwork that someone did, and I mean all the art is very nice in its own way. So it's just really a nice bonus to find out today that there's these extra enchanted rarity cards. And going forward, I would imagine there will be these in subsequent sets. So it'll always be cool to wonder like which cards are getting an alternate treatment. So, and we've also heard that the foiling on these cards will be the same type of foiling that was used on the D23 promos from 2022, the first cards that were ever introduced for Lorcana. So that's
so
really
it looks
exciting too.
more like a rainbow glossy type of foil versus the cold foiling process that the base foil cards will have. But yeah, I totally agree that going forward each next set, it's going to be exciting to see how many enchanteds they put into each set. Hopefully the sets are kind of the same size, so you can maybe look forward to another 12, maybe 2 per ink. But usually I feel like when opening packs, I don't know if I've always had the best luck in the past, so I'm kind of skeptical if I'm going to get even one of these, but I'm hoping this time around that I'm going to get some Disney magic.
It'll be exciting regardless to find out.
As well.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for tuning in. And yeah, we just wanted to highlight and showcase these beautiful new cards. And yeah, if any of you were to, have your choice of any of these that you could pull, like what would be your card of these that you would hope to pull first? Let us know in the comments. But thank you so much for tuning in. And it's really exciting. This game has now been released into the public over at Gen Con, and in just a little bit longer, we should all be able to start going and buying these from stores, and then big box stores a couple weeks after that. So really excited to finally play the game, and hope everyone else is out there having fun with it as well. So thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for joining us, and we'll all look forward to this game together.
Yep. Bye.